So the new reworked 1x is here, and I'm going to give you some of my thoughts on it. Now firstly, let's talk about the reworks and changes ignoring the balancing. Now personally, I like this change to have both ranged abilities to give aura review. It's quite useful. Now these changes, really useful. The 30% movement speed boost and lesser end lag is really useful. This kind of fixes the issue where if you miss your mass infection, your target is already long gone and it's difficult to catch up with them. The added bonus damage added to mass infection for hitting players with glitched is nice. It kind of encourages you to use mass infection when a player has glitched. Guess not being able to block close range mass infection is a change that I really like. So now you wouldn't have to worry about a guest following you, waiting for you to mass infection, so that they can punch you straight in the face. Last change on this list, not being able to kill 1x's own minions with mass infection is a nice quality of life change. Well, onto entanglement now, and I don't really like these changes because they remove the minigame for you to escape. Instead, entanglement now slightly pulls players towards 1x, and that's not what I like. It's not like this ability has already been used on another killer, right? Of course the devs won't do that. Anyway, entanglement now able to give glitched. Good, I guess. I don't know why that wasn't there before. And 1x able to move slightly can help, especially when there's a bit of elevation, like let's say you're going up the stairs. It can help a little bit. Now for all the changes for unstable eyes shown on screen, I think they're all good. It just makes it feel a bit more like Slasher's raging pace. The speed decrease, I'm fine with it because you get a lot of speed from other sources already. Now for rejuvenate the Rotten's minions, the aggro range is decreased. Makes sense because it's sometimes a bit difficult to have them stop following you. These changes here, the minion HP increase, yeah, too fragile. Minions now apply glitch, poison, and aura review for 8 seconds. I think that's way better than base damage. Minions now only being able to kill survivors if they have glitched. Good change, I think. Well, sadly, no more minions being able to clutch up unless you use entanglement and the minion slaps the survivor. Cooldown reduction is good, so that it's like not just an endgame ability. Minion highlight color change, good quality of life. The middle two, I don't know what it means because that has never happened to me before. So my footage crashed here, I don't know why. Anyway, onto the balancing now. To nobody's surprise, the new 1x is very overpowered. And that's just because 1x is not balanced now. However, because this time the devs actually decided to release this in public testing, they now have a bit of time to balance 1x out a little bit more before properly releasing him into the main game. Now, the new 1x just feels a little bit too fast. So, to fix it, you can reduce the movement speed boost from mass infection a little bit. If possible, reduce the movement speed to 8.4 or 8.3. Not really nice number, I'm not sure if that's possible, but it could help a little bit. And another thing is damage. Currently, 1x just deals a bit too much damage. You gotta reduce the damage by a little bit. Like for example, the bonus damage from mass infection for glitched. You do that, plus close range mass infection, it's a bit too much damage already. Now, lastly, onto the last section, my general thoughts about this. Do I like the new 1x? Yeah, obviously, I think it's a good change. What would I rate the changes? Probably an 8 out of 10. There's still a bit of balancing issues, I think. And that's what public testing is for. And I'm glad that Soy, I think so, announced that they're gonna do more public testing. And yeah, that's good. I think that's how it should be. And yeah, I think it's always nice to get community feedback for a game. And also, since I'm recording this section last, I just realized that 1x is supposed to be strong. Well, they're experimenting with it. But still, I like to see some changes when it comes into the proper main game because it's still a bit too strong now. Anyway, that's the video. Have a good day, afternoon, evening, or night, or whatever time you're watching this video. And give me some questions for my Q&A. I'll leave the short in the end screen. Yeah.